international. Une coprésentation de Monique Naousifoso et d'Henrique Jean-Atembe. Good day, Henri.
Good day, Monique. Thanks and welcome to the league.
Les résultats du baccalauréat de l'enseignement général au Cameroun, session 2023, sont disponibles sur les barbillas et par voie numérique. Les candidats sont renseignés. Des scènes de liesse ont été captées chez ceux des candidats qui ont bravé les épreuves.
And Douala Airport police arrest suspect luggage thieves. They were nabbed thanks to airport video surveillance cameras. The suspects were found with 2,000 francs.
3,5 milliards de francs CFA, c'est le montant déboursé par la FIFA pour le développement du football au Cameroun pour la période 2023-2026. Principale annonce du point de presse du président de la FECAFOOT, Samuel Eto'o hier à Yaoundé.
The Commonwealth parliamentarians chart Agenda 2063, hoping to transform the African continent. Head of government, Chief Dr. Joseph Gianguti, flagged off the seminar or the workshop that is happening, or the conference taking place in Yaoundé. Top stories. Thanks and welcome to journalists who copy with us on our social media platform on Canal International. The results of the Baccalaureate Examination 2023 session have been published. They were made public about 10 a.m. this Wednesday, July 19. Haisincha actually captured some of the reactions. Immediately, the results were published. In fact, the reactions of successful candidates who went wild in jubilation. Haisin.
A joyous atmosphere at this plum and plantain spot here at Tudi Yaoundé, as this girl, who was in her holiday's usual hustle mood, celebrate her success minutes after the release of the baccalaureate results.
The joy is enormous. After spending 2 years in the class of premiere and succeeding at the first back attempt, it's a real pleasure for me. I went sailing as usual, and on coming back, my family had already verified using my matricule. I am very happy.
Same ambiance in this compound, with the family in total jubilation as Kylian comes out successful in the 2023 edition.
Soulagé. Il y a eu cette petite pression à la fin.
I am now relieved. I was tense, though I wrote well. I was still afraid. I am now calm.
Cette petite pression vers la fin. Donc, ça m'a beaucoup soulagé d'apprendre que j'ai eu mon examen.
A special moment for Jeremy, who received the good news while helping his father at their usual soya joint.
I really thank God.
The successful candidates are already projecting on their next step.
I will continue with my education by going to the university. I am progressively compiling my file and other documents to continue my studies abroad in the domain of
visa et voyager.
While some go on their result, others continue to search, using their matricles to know their situation.
Well, congratulations, Tyson, to those successful candidates, and of course, courage to those who have not been able to make it. Police at the Douala International Airport have arrested suspected luggage thieves. They were nabbed thanks to items worth 180 million CFA francs.
These are the items this group of young Cameroonians have been using to smuggle into the Douala Airport luggage store. For the past 6 months now, the Douala International Airport, through export and import, has experienced all kinds of thefts. The most targeted luggage are computer tools coming from or leaving Douala Airport.
One of the culprits, is the money, and also one of the culprits, the main suspect himself, Wajan Magi, cooperated, even told us how to plant cameras or various places that to plant cameras.
Following numerous complaints from Douala Airport, an investigation was opened on March 28, 2023. Amongst this investigation plan was the implementation of video surveillance cameras within premises of the airport by the Gendarmerie Company for use. One of the suspects on these videos, which helped nail down his collaborators.
Different categories of telephones. We also have computers and even money.
According to the forces of law and order, the investigations prove that the Douala Airport has been victim of theft since the month of January 2023. The presumed thugs were apprehended with 2,500 mobile phones and some electrical devices, thus causing a loss of around 180 million CFA francs.
Well, thanks, Sherifa Saleh reporting there. And family members of the Nacho Junction massacre have reacted following the death of their loved ones. The dissolution members have asked the government of Cameroon to do everything in its capacity to abate the conflict. For Saleh.
It is from here at Awing Quarters, about 500 meters from the Nacho Junction in Bamenda 1 subdivision, that most of the victims of last Sunday's killings were pulled out from their houses and ferried to Nacho Junction in Bamenda 2 on board 2 vehicles and shot dead. According to eyewitness, the assailants fired warning shots and after obtaining silence, announced the reason for the action.
It overworried me. I asked of God, say, why you never get solution for this fighting? Why? It is 11 people, they did die. They did die every day.
The Archbishop of Bamenda, who made it to the scene on Ghost Town Monday, condemned such practice after a shot on the spot impromptu mass.
Within these past days, this last week, we lost 6 children in this quarter, and now again we have lost 10 people within this same quarter, and that is hours ago, so that we pay our last respects to the people who are here. It's a very painful moment for all of us.
A few other victims were shot while trying to run away, like 56-year-old Alfred J., who hails from Babatu in Santa subdivision, whose wife begged Canal the reporters to air this message to the government.
Me they see into this problem because wait till it happened yesterday. 15 people they be killed, and so they be carry the 15 corpses and bring them for general hospital. Me Cameroon government open your eye, see wait till it pass.
Mostly inhabited by the poor, the undulating and slippery land of the Awing Quarters was in a sad mood as neighbors kept streaming in for condolences, like in the house of this newly wedded couple who died leaving behind 3 young children.
Since we were kids, my brother, I never saw my brother anywhere fighting or anything or quarreling with somebody. He's always a calm and peaceful somebody.
It should be noted that this incident follows yet another one few days earlier in the same quarter, whereby after a tip-off, the military gunned down 5 strange young men who had forced themselves into an abandoned house and reportedly taken 2 girls hostage and actively preparing a birthday party. So Sunday's massacre was like a revenge.
Thanks very much, Sherifa Saleh. It was fanfare and jubilation following the publication of the results of the baccalaureate examination by 10 a.m. today morning.
C'est donc une fin de suspense pour les candidats au baccalauréat de l'enseignement général 2023. Au Cameroun, les résultats sont d'ores et déjà disponibles et comme d'habitude, c'est l'euphorie totale chez ceux qui ont bravé les épreuves. Ambiance captée par Daniel Anissé-Boudji.
Fin de matinée sous fond de cris de joie ce mercredi au quartier étudié à Yaoundé. Comme on le dit, le bac est dehors.
Il manque seulement qu'elle voie la mention. Le bac D.
C'est devant sa marchandise, ici au carrefour, que Stéphanie obtient son résultat après l'envoi du matricule au 80-70. Les années passées en classe de première sont maintenant pour elle un lointain souvenir.
Après 3 ans passés en première D, je décroche le bac une fois, vraiment c'est un réel plaisir pour moi. Je n'arrive pas à me retenir, je suis vraiment heureuse.
À un pas de là, on est également heureux. Kylian, 17 ans, vient de décrocher le baccalauréat C. La joie inonde toute la maisonnée.
Soulagé. Il y a eu cette petite pression à la fin là, par rapport au résultat, même si des fois quand tu sais que tu as bien composé, tu es certain, mais il y a toujours cette petite pression vers la fin. Donc ça m'a beaucoup soulagé d'apprendre que j'ai eu mon examen.
Vous savez, la réussite d'un enfant, c'est le fruit d'une combinaison de beaucoup d'éléments. le suivi.
L'examen a aussi souri à Jérémy, qui profite des vacances pour aider son papa au marché.
Je suis trop content jusqu'à. Dans ma tête, j'avais bien composé, mais je n'attendais pas à ça. Dieu merci.
Le baccalauréat désormais en poche, on envisage l'avenir avec sérénité.
Je compte poursuivre mes études dans le domaine de l'informatique.
Pour le moment, je continue avec l'école. Ce n'est pas à l'université pour le moment. Moi, je voulais devenir avocat.
Je veux continuer pour me spécialiser dans le domaine de la kinésie.
En attendant la rentrée universitaire, on s'élève d'abord.
Tuerie à Bamenda, la consternation s'étend au-delà des frontières camerounaises. En France, des compatriotes ainsi que d'autres nationalités se sont réunis pour une cérémonie hommage à ces 10 civils tombés sous les balles des terroristes. Rigolf Kouachou.
C'est un moment inhabituel, chargé d'émotions qu'a vécu l'ambassade du Cameroun en France ce matin. Des femmes et des hommes unis et solidaires pour rendre hommage aux victimes de l'attentat de Bamenda consulaire. L'ambassadeur du Cameroun en France, André Magnus Ekoumou, mais aussi un public venu nombreux, sans distinction de religion et de parti politique, venu honorer la mémoire des 10 victimes de Bamenda et dire non au terrorisme. La cérémonie s'est déroulée en 2 temps. D'abord, le dépôt d'une gerbe de fleurs et ensuite la minute de silence pour le repos de l'âme des victimes. Des moments chargés d'émotion. Une cérémonie émouvante pour tous les Camerounais vivant en France, qui sont encore sous le choc de ce qui s'est passé dimanche dernier en fin de journée.
C'est un moment très triste, vraiment très triste. Je rends un très grand hommage à la famille attristée, parce que nous sommes tous attristés, ce n'est pas seulement eux, c'est nous tous les Camerounais.
Le drame qui s'est produit dimanche dernier en fin de journée à Bamenda a été raconté par le ministère de la Défense par un communiqué. Selon le ministère, les assaillants en uniforme militaire sont arrivés à bord de véhicules et munis d'armes automatiques, ont procédé à des rassemblements des paisibles citoyens avant d'ouvrir un feu nourri et aveugle sur ceux-ci. Le bilan provisoire de cette attaque terroriste est de 10 morts et 2 blessés. En 2017. Rigolf Kouachou depuis Paris pour Canal International.
Yaoundé, hémicycle des présidents des chambres du Commonwealth Région Afrique. Le temps a été donné par une confrontation au palais des congrès de Yaoundé se tiennent. Fonkouténé, Serge Alanzibou.
Ces parlementaires africains à Yaoundé depuis ce 18 juillet sont appelés à dessiner des stratégies devant permettre la réalisation de la vision de l'Afrique en 2063. Il faut faire de ce continent une force économique mondiale. Nous allons examiner des sujets de grande importance pour nos parlements et nos peuples, tels que de sécuriser la confiance publique en vue de renforcer la transparence et la comptabilité au Parlement.
Ce n'est pas un hasard si la conférence 2023 des parlementaires africains se tient au Cameroun.
La salle inaugurale du Palais des Congrès de Yaoundé accueille cette cérémonie de lancement de la 18e session de la Conférence africaine des présidents d'Assemblée et de séance du Commonwealth. Le Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement, qui représente ici le président de la République, rappelle l'importance de ces assises. Cette cérémonie est également l'occasion de vendre la destination Cameroun. À travers cette projection vidéo, les hôtes découvrent l'Afrique en miniature, ses institutions, ses richesses culturelles, culinaires, ses sites touristiques, sans oublier ses stars sportives.
On reparle de cette 18.
Both parliamentarians are charting Agenda 2063 with hope to transform the African continent economically. Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph Jangute, actually set the first salvo for the 18th Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the Commonwealth countries, African region, with our Chief Correspondent, Beatrice Income.
Cameroon
Cameroon, for the first time, is playing host to the 18th Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of Commonwealth Countries, Africa region, working under the theme African Parliaments, the Agenda 2063, a vision set for her, which is the transformation of the continent into an economic center for the future. Focus will be on issues of great importance to our parliament and people, such as
securing public trust, the role of African parliaments in the implementation of African continental free trade area, addressing the challenges of food security in Africa by promoting investments in agriculture, the devastating impacts of climate change, a call for more parliamentary intervention.
Useful platform for the speakers and presiding officers to bring out the potential of parliament as cornerstone of democracy.
In building democracy and democratic institutions, we hope to draw lessons from one another during this conference, share experiences and best practices for the betterment of our parliaments and our region at large.
Officiated by the Prime Minister and Head of Government of Cameroon, Joseph Dion Ngute, who used the occasion to portray moves to make Cameroon a modern and socially advanced country. He thus lauded the participants.
This will help to lay the foundation of the first 10-year plan of Agenda 2063.
The Yaoundé resolution at the end will show advanced parliament of Commonwealth countries in the African region.
Well, thanks very much, Peter. The International Mandela Day of the iconic leader.
This edition celebrated under the theme, The Legacy Lives On Through You, Climate, Food and Solidarity, lays emphasis on the legacy of the selfless man in addressing contemporary issues.
The whole globe, by celebrating 67 years of Nelson Mandela's political engagement, and 67 minutes of that is dedicated to humanity. And we have traveled here because Nelson Mandela, immediately few days in 1996, he traveled to this country to address Organization of African Unity. And part of what he conveyed during that time is that we need Africa that is compassionate to its citizens.
And to celebrate the day in a remarkable solidarity manner, the South African High Commissioner to Cameroon presided over a blood donation exercise here at the Yaoundé City Council, an initiative aimed at supporting Cameroon in our struggle against blood transfusion issues.
Mandela is one person who gave his lifeblood to all of humanity. So for us it is also symbolic that we are calling for a life-saving mechanism in the giving of blood.
It encourages individuals to embody humanitarian actions and to emulate the example of those who massively answered present to participate in giving their blood to save lives.
Let's just keep in the front of our mind small personal sacrifice and to give a gift to save another life.
The medics of the National Blood Transfusion Center were out to generate at least 50 blood bags at the end of the day to be distributed to different health facilities.
All it spoke with some economists on this decision.
The agreement to sell its shareholdings in Cameroon, Angola, the Gambia and Sierra Leone to Nigeria's Access Bank comes a year after the British multinational bank announced it would exit several markets in sub-Saharan Africa to focus on potential growing markets in the region, a decision which experts believe is economically wise for the banking institution.
In 2021, in Cameroon, the bank decided to stop retail banking and concentrate on corporate, commercial, and investment banking. So that is what the world that is in sub-Saharan Africa have not their branches. They want to reduce some of the branches, and to do that, it is economically wise that they will not want to go and shut branches that are performing well.
To the economist Georges Edimo Mongori, the COVID-19 pandemic dealt a blow on the British multinational bank, which certainly affected its revenue and discouraged potential investors.
Since the COVID year in 2021, many of those banks made bad business, and one of the most affected was Standard Chartered with a deficit of about discourage an institution like that bank.
With a foreign bank about to spread its tentacles in the banking sector in Cameroon, it is feared it would have an impact on local financial institutions.
The existing banks in Cameroon are going to be facing a more critical time because they will be competing. And this is going to beckon that they're going to be facing its position. You know, banks are usually ranked.
The deal between the two financial institutions will be completed over the next 12 months, but it remains undisclosed.
Hamburg Gladys Dibang reporting there. And
le paludisme et l'hépatite virale dans les services de routine dans les hôpitaux sont entre autres raisons de la réunion des directeurs des programmes élargis de l'Afrique centrale qui vise à réduire la mortalité tant chez les femmes que chez les enfants. Le compte d'Elisabeth Ngoum et de Marius Kwesou.
Pendant et après la pandémie à Covid-19, le Cameroun et de nombreux pays de la sous-région Afrique centrale ont enregistré des faibles taux de vaccination. Les récentes menaces de rougeole, poliomyélite et le taux croissant du cancer chez les femmes et filles inquiètent les spécialistes de la santé.
De maladies évitables par la vaccination que nous gérons actuellement dans la plupart de nos pays.
L'hésitation vaccinale est un frein pour tout système de santé. Il faut procéder au rattrapage des enfants non vaccinés et intégrer la vaccination contre le paludisme, l'hépatite et le Covid-19 dans les services de routine.
Pour faire face à ce rattrapage des enfants manqués, octroie des flexibilités en termes de disponibilité de vaccins additionnels si les pays en ont besoin et s'ils sont éligibles, mais aussi la possibilité de réaffecter les ressources financières disponibles qui ont besoin de la vaccination.
Nous sommes peut-être l'un des plus grands acteurs en termes de renforcement de la chaîne de froid aimable pour la vaccination.
La réunion des directeurs du programme élargi de vaccination de la sous-région Afrique centrale qui s'est ouverte ce jour à Douala s'achève le 20 juillet 2023.
Fin de cette édition. Se poursuit